talk a little bit about minor seventh chords because I realized I was giving a lesson the other day, a private lesson, and we were talking about because I needed A minors and B minor or whatever, and my students started playing straight up minor chords, you know, like, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're pretty dramatic, and sometimes they sound kind of evil, and sometimes you want that. I find that by and large, I end up using a minor seventh chord more often than not. And what that sounds like is this. Okay? A little more open, a little more relaxed, and all I'm doing is adding a seventh, which is... So in the case of A minor, you just open it up. The best way to explain it to you is just... I'm not going to get into theory with it, but this is what it looks like. And if you're up here in an A minor position here, like a straight A minor, which again is fine, but I do it like this. I think that's a little more relaxed sound, a little more open sounding. And because if you do this, and again, there is a place for it, but it sounds good like on Dire Straits, you know. That's fine. But if you want to get something that's a little more, I don't know, I guess a little more relaxed sounding, a little more not quite as closed sounding, you can either do it like this or even like this. And I like doing it like this, and I'm going to go to a couple other chords too, but because it leaves me open to do some work with the low E if I want to. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. When she's away. That kind of thing. Okay? So using a minor seventh chord, and I'll show you in a couple different ways that I like to use it. One way I like to use it is you can either do it in the A minor like I showed you there, and if you move it up to, you've heard that before for sure. Kind of a cool little jam. But I also use it, I wrote a song called The Storm, and it's in a capo thing. It's like the capo 5, and I do this. And that's the sound of a D minor seventh. In this case, the reason it's a D is because obviously I've capoed. I've moved all this up to the 5th fret. But I mention it because, to me anyway, a minor seventh voicing sounds really, which is the very same move I just showed you down there, but it sounds different up here. It's got a little bit of Simon Garfunkel on it. Or parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And so whether you're in a capo mode or whether you're just down here, a minor seventh, E minor seventh like that, G minor seventh, or so no matter where you are on the neck, C minor seventh. And again, if you want to do less is more, you can just do the. Now, I was showing this to my buddy Jason the other day. He's like, wait a second, that's not that easy to use your third finger to bar all those strings. But I think it's worth it to practice. And I would say if you have trouble with that or any chord, especially the ouch F chord, maybe just when you're in your practice session, don't stay there too long, but like hit that chord, move it around, or move it to a, you know, if you're having trouble with holding it down, don't stay there too long. just practice going from that to another chord. Because I found that that particular chord is so handy, and I'll give you an example of how. Like if I'm playing an R&B tune and I just want to like get kind of a like the sound of that, because I'm coming down on the bass root note. You hear that sound? That's a lot different than totally different sound. So I just wanted to kind of pass that on to you, because it's something that I've been coming across lately when people say, oh, it's in A minor, I'm going to play an A minor, and I was like, hey man, try an A minor 7th, give that some love and see how you like it. All right, so I'm going to play you out with a little ditty that utilizes that version of it. And I'm going to go back and forth and see what happens here. By the way, just so you know, I'm going to a D9 there. That looks like this. And that's another reason why to get comfortable with that bar. You can... comes in handy, right? You can get all slinky with it too, you know? That's some of the different flavors you can get to using a minor 7th chord as opposed to a straight up minor. And again, no disrespect to a straight minor chord, because they have their place. They're just very dramatic and kind of close sounding. Where you get this, I think is a great alternative to that. Okay, and we'll see you down the road. Thanks a lot.